because of OTT, it's a great time to be an actor because you can do theatrical film and you can do OTT at the same time.
And through the episodes, maybe 8, 9, 10, but also it is challenging that you have to hold that character for that long.
And so season 2 is coming, but जैसे ही मुझे पता लगे कब, मैं सबसे पहले आपको बता दूँ.
Apart from being an actor, I'm also a very avid viewer of Mirzapur.
शहर तुम्हारा है और तुम शहर के सुल्तान.
अब इज्जत खौफ से नहीं, पैसों की खनक से जीती जाती है.
Hi Tahir, hi Anjum, welcome to Filmibeat.
Hi Murtaza,
Hi Murtaza. Thank you.
First of all, I have to start by saying this, what an interesting trailer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, let me start by asking you guys this, that of course this series is set in 60s, an era where of course you both were not there at all. How difficult was it to get into the skin of the character for an era which is far away from what we are right now?
It was first you have to. There were two parts to this because first you have to really understand what the character is, and for me that was understanding Arjun Bhatia's graph and the kind of personality he is, and then fitting into that period. And Milan Luthria is a sort of king of recreating the 60s and the 70s. So a lot of that period comes from having a certain body language that also comes from the character, having a certain style in the kind of costumes you're wearing. And it was a joy to work with Milan Luthria because he goes into so many details when picking the correct costume. Just getting the hairstyle and the haircut right took about 1 week to 10 days of different trials. And once we got the full look of the character, it then came into working. And it's very simple. Like even right now when I've been talking, I use my hands a whole lot. How to restrain yourself, how to be a little more composed and stand up right, carry your voice in a particular way. And all of this helps you get into first the character and then hit the time period of the 60s.
What about you, Anjum?
Agreeing to whatever Tahir said, I'll just add on that I knew that the whole palette of the show of 60s in terms of costumes, the look, dialogues, and even the characters has been set by the makers. And obviously the hair is actually taken care by some superb stylists which we had on board. Even the costumes, everybody will be set, and obviously Milan sir he's a teacher, he's a director who's there to guide us to move in the correct direction. For me, what was important was that when this whole structure and the whole outline is ready, I just need to come there with the kind of genuinity and honesty which the character needs, and just humanize the character so that it looks like a real person who's set in an era of 60s.
Right. I would like to know that of course this is an ensemble cast. Whatever I have seen in the trailer, I can see that Tahir and Anjum, you both have a lot of scenes together. My question would be in a very positive way, is there a sense of competition somewhere that okay, we have to at least be good as my co-star? Is there a sense of competition when you do a kind of, I would say, where you both are protagonists and doing a show? So is there a kind of sense
Are you talking about us as people or like us as characters?
actors?
Right.
You guys are actors.
No, let me start that by saying that when you're dealing with Milan Luthria and as a director, and you know that he has made a choice in casting a particular co-star, that he would have done his due diligence, and you're getting the best person for that particular part. And when you're playing something that requires camaraderie and requires a bond that shares on screen, for me acting it's like a pair, it's like a team sport. You can only be as good as the person you are playing off in front of you. So for me, the fact that Anjum came with experience and that he was an actor's actor just would make my performance better, because if he understood the importance of playing off the other character to give cues to all of that, we would bring each other's game the best. So if you're someone with experience, you understand that, and I know that he had that level of understanding.
So I'll answer your question in two parts. One is a very generic way of how I look at associating with any actor in a content largely or in a particular scene. So it is very important for an actor to be comfortable with the fact that unless and until all the actors, it could be 2 actors or 3 actors within the scene, if everybody works in a scene, only then you will also work individually. The performances and anything is cannot happen in isolation. ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता है कि in a particular scene everything is going wrong and you are really going, you are already hitting all the beats. So you always have to see that you have to play off each other. Only then the scene would come out good. So there is no like in my whole process there, it has never been like that only I it has to be around me or whatever, because anyways it does not work like that. Secondly, if I only talk about when I was associating with when I was working with Tahir, he is, I'm sure, the kind of body of work which the actor has done, then I have a huge understanding and respect of the actor's process. I know his process, I respect it, I understand it, and because then the huge amount of trust on the director, Milan Luthria has done an immensely great work in casting these 2 actors in these 2 characters. Because why I'm talking about these 2 characters, because the friendship and this iconic bond is kind of the main graph of the show. So that choice is so on point. So it becomes like icing on the cake, because the characters are so contrast and so well cast in the roles, so things become easy. And then because you know that you have a certain ease and understanding with the actor, you think alike, you have a very contemporary way of approaching acting and the whole art, so it only went on becoming easy and comfortable, that the whole process.
Right. Tahir, my next question will be for you. I have been going through good comments on the trailer on YouTube, and people are just praising it that Tahir is there, so of course it will be good. Tahir is back with the bang. Audience with you, be it from Mardani to I would say Ye Kali Kali Aankhein, now audience has this thing that Tahir is there, so there will be strong performance. Tahir is there, will be a good script. Does that put up a pressure on you as an actor that now audience is expecting so much from you?
Not at all. In fact, I find it very encouraging. I have spent years in Bombay looking for work. This is before Mardani. So any actor, any artist who's been through that phase knows what a privilege it is to have an audience that is looking forward to your work. So I'll never look at it as pressure. And there will be times when I match the audience's expectations. There will be times when I exceed the audience's expectations. But there will also be times when perhaps they might feel let down, because you can't make everyone happy all the time. Some people have loved a film like Manto, some people have loved a film like Force 2, some people have loved Chichore, some people have loved Ye Kali Kali Aankhein, but very often person who likes Project X will not like Project Y. So I'm very aware that the intention is always to surprise myself and to try and outdo or have an adventure on the next one, and to make it as different from the previous one as possible. So to answer your question, कि नहीं, एक pressure नहीं लगता, एक compliment की तरह ही मैं इसे लेता हूँ, and I feel very very privileged, and I definitely do not take it for granted.
Right. You both have been doing amazing work when it comes to OTT. Do you think, thanks to OTT, you guys are now getting a chance to explore more than maybe you were getting when it was just Hindi cinema?
See, obviously, there is no doubt about it that overall there has been a lot of opportunities for everybody, like be actors or even other talents in different various departments. Yes, it seems as a big opportunity. Because see, the thing is, it's a larger format, but also I would say it's very challenging, because the thing is, if you are playing a part, but your part has it's a nice opportunity that you can really elaborate that part and you can play it through in details all through the episodes, maybe 8, 9, 10. But also it is challenging that you have to hold that character for that long. So you need to have that framework, whatever you have thought of the character, that it's a good opportunity that you can play a part in an OTT format but it is also challenging because you'll have to really think it through to hold that character for that long. So it is very interesting, and definitely, it's a good space to be in right now. And it's also interesting because you can, if you have a process, if you have a craft, if you have if you can really have things and pointers that this is the journey I'm going to build of a character. So yeah, I mean, then it's very interesting also. So
You'll have to repeat that question.
Sure. So I said that, do you think that with OTT as actors, you guys are getting more chance to explore than when it was just Hindi cinema?
I was very fortunate with my debut project and the kind of films that I had done, but I also feel because of OTT, it's a great time to be an actor because you can do a theatrical film and you can do OTT at the same time. And I just feel like the reason why both of them will always coexist is because there are some stories you can tell in 2 hours, and then there are some stories like Sultan of Delhi which demand an episodic telling, and hopefully, fingers crossed, a seasonal telling as well, and you can expand on that character. So I feel like OTT has given me an avenue into a variety of parts which spread longer over a longer timeline that possibly working only in theater, in theatricals would not have provided.
Right. So lastly, before I wrap up, I know that Sultan of Delhi is coming and people are eagerly waiting for it and they are going to surely watch it. But I have to ask you both this about your next projects. Tahir, any idea when Ye Kali Kali Aankhein season 2 is happening? And Anjum, when's Mirzapur season 3 coming?
You have now brought up 2 other platforms on Hotstar interviews, so we don't want our scenes to get cut in Sultan of Delhi. I'm just joking. The great thing about being part of a project that was loved by an audience is the kind of curiosity that you get about when it's coming. But through this interview, I'd just like to assure viewers that it is coming, but all good things take a little bit of time because writing is a process that you cannot rush. And so season 2 is coming, but जैसे ही मुझे पता लगे कब, मैं सबसे पहले आपको बता दूंगा.
This is a question which I always like to duck from. When is Mirzapur 3 coming? See, I mean, as I think we all know that it's in the process of post-production and everything is going on. At a current time and a date, it would be out soon for everybody to, see and experience. I completely understand when everybody, all of us, I'm also, apart from being an actor, I'm also a very avid viewer of Mirzapur. So I'm also very excited and very, I'm really hoping it comes out soon. But yes, the work is almost near completion. So we will see it soon. But till then, Sultan of Delhi on 13th October, all episodes.
Yes. So guys, it was really nice chatting with you and all the best for Sultan of Delhi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.